Welcome to Firebase Release Notes for September. I am Marina, standing in for Puff, and I distilled all releases from the past month down to 6 main topics for today. But some of them have many updates, so let's dig in right away. First up, we had a bunch of updates to our SDKs for Flutter developers. Using multi-factor authentication in Flutter apps is an important step to keeping your users' information safe. Puff talked about the value of time-based one-time password, or TOTP, in the last few episodes, and you can now use TOTP in our Flutter SDK for Firebase Authentication. There is also a new revoke token with authorization code method so that you can revoke Apple signing tokens in your Flutter apps. And if you use app checks to ensure that only your own applications can make calls to your callable cloud functions, you can now pass an optional limited use app check token parameter to ensure the token can't be reused. And if you use Firestore in your Flutter apps, you can now access any and all of the database instances that exist in your project. And speaking of Firestore, we've had some more updates there, many of them announced at Cloud Next last month, such as the multi-database support for Firestore that I just talked about in Flutter, and that was launched a few months ago as a preview release. If you started experimenting with this already, you can now see those databases in the Google Cloud Console. The Firebase console should start showing the additional databases soon too. Next up, you can now use sum and average aggregation operators in Firestore calls, similar to the count operator that we introduced last year. The feature is initially only available in the so-called data store mode, but it's coming to Firestore native mode soon too. And the last update on Firestore for now. We announced point-in-time recovery last month, which allows you to get back recently deleted or overwritten data via the API. Well, we now also have a preview of scheduled backups. This provides a consistent copy of the database and index configurations at a specific point in time. This was a top feature request from many developers, so check it out through the link in the description. Firebase Test Lab now includes labels in the Firebase console and the Google Cloud CLI for devices that have reported higher rates of inconclusive test results for prolonged periods of time. This indicator helps you choose what test devices are right for your use case. And Test Lab now also supports Robo tests for iOS and other Apple platforms. This means that it can now auto-test your iOS apps, capturing log files, saving annotated screenshots, and then creating a video from those screenshots to show you the simulated user operations that it performed. Debugging ANRs is difficult. You often have to sift through lots of events and their stack traces to find relevant information to understand the problem. We added a series of ANR insights to Crashlytics, as well as frame-level insights to help you find the root cause of such ANR issues more efficiently. And we also gave our Insights panel a fresh look with filtering abilities. If you use Firebase Hosting for your static or dynamic web content, you may know that you can add your existing domain to this service. We just updated the Firebase Web Console and improved the flow for adding and setting up such custom domains and for managing preview channels. Let me know how you like the changes in the comments below. If you use Firebase Dynamic Links, you should have gotten an email that this service is deprecated and will be discontinued in August 2025. To help with migrating away from Firebase Dynamic Links, we're adding tools and documentation. You can now export the metadata of your dynamic links through Google Takeout. Just go to the Takeout page, select your Firebase projects, check a few options, and you get one or more CSV files with all the metadata. And those were all the updates we have time for today. If you like this video, be sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel below. My name is Marina, standing in for Puff, and I'll see you on a future episode of Firebase Release Notes.